Okay, so we're going to take you through today our Year 7 and 8 Humanities outline for water, but I'll just show you a little bit about what we're doing at KIOSC to help you guys out. We've actually developed our own and put together our own learning management system. So we're using Canvas. It's the same system as Swinburne University uses. So it's a really good structure for the kids to understand that if you were at uni, this is what you would be using now. So it's nice for them to see what's out and about in the tertiary area. So we've still got a commitment to you, and likewise you guys have got a commitment to us as well to continue to meet that participation. And our director Kalari has been in meeting after meeting with DET, and they are telling us that we need to be hitting the same targets. So in order to do that, we're attempting to make your lives a little bit easier in that process and give you some of that time for KIOSC to deliver in the normal time that we would. So the other programs that we're running a weekly program with Nazareth College, that's the trade technologies. We've got our Year 10 genetics and microarrays program. We've got the forensic program up and running next week. Water, which we're going to hear about today, and the other Year 7-8 program is Mission to Mars. So we also have, and I've done a bit of a pun here, principal
Yeah, are you
program.
meaning to be sharing your screen?
Yes.
No, I'm seeing you.
Is everyone else seeing my screen?
Yep, I'm seeing the screen. Yep.
Sorry, it's just me then.
Okay.
Something's wrong with me.
So obviously you're English teachers, and I understand that I haven't spelt the word principal wrong. It is to mean the actual person in charge of the school. These are the programs that the principals have asked for. So we've been running some professional learning sessions over the last couple of weeks to get these up and running. The chatbot challenge is actually being launched tomorrow, I think. That's working with one of our new partners, Amazon Web Services, which are an amazing industry to be working with and not going out of business anytime soon. The kids are going to be developing a canteen bot. So they're going to be putting together the back end, and it doesn't have to be all coding. They could just come up with a concept idea, because we understand that not all kids like that component of coding, but you know, people have great ideas. So there's ideas people and there's coding people. So there is a prize for that. The kids will win an Amazon Alexa. The other challenge that we've got is the Coronavirus Youth Challenge, which we launched yesterday. And that's running through very much a design thinking process. We've put it into our learning management system as well. It's all done for you. So if you wanted to run that with a class, literally you would just log straight into the system and away you would go. Bayswater have just started theirs today. And also we've got some other programs coming up too, like things like National Careers Week, but I'll talk to your careers people about that one. So the programs that I said that we have running are up there. So we do have little flyers if you wanted to send the water flyer out, for example, in your Teams, yes, Microsoft Teams, or if you wanted to put that out as a Compass post out to parents to say that, you know, this is what we're doing from the English department perspective. It's a little bit of advertisement for you as a school to say we're keeping to the normal track and helping our kids and value adding to them. So if you want one of those, I'll send them through to Fiona, and you're more than welcome to use them in any capacity. And we're going to be talking about the water one today, which Mabel has designed. So she's going to take you through the LMS system, so the learning management system of Canvas. And it's going to be quite an easy system for you guys to use, for the kids to use, and you can get some of the assessment data out of that as well. We'll send it straight through. So again, you don't even have to mark stuff. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so Mabel can share hers.
Sure.
Thanks, Mabel.
Okay. So this is a resource that we've taken from the Geography Teachers Association of Victoria. They wanted us to trial this. It's the Western Treatment Plant Tour. It's a virtual tour, and they have also got this on Fuse as well. So it's widely available, but the lessons that GTAV have put together, I've condensed and put it through Canvas. So I'll just quickly run you through the two lessons. Each lesson should take about 45 minutes, maybe to 50. and they're really not too difficult. I've tried to make them as straightforward as possible. So the first lesson is about the Western Treatment Plant Tour. So if I click into here, that's our introduction. And the students will see this, and that all they need to do, it's as simple as scrolling down to here and clicking next. And I've put interactive quizzes on every page. So the ones that look like this through H5P, when they answer these quizzes, they just click on that, they can check their answers straight away. The answers will not be collected, only the quizzes that I put through Canvas will be the data, will be the answers that we will get from the students. Okay, so I will click next and show you. I put a little YouTube clip of myself to show kids how to navigate through the session. And the first lesson is divided into 5 sections, each stage of how the sewage flows through the treatment plant. And each page has a link, and it takes them to this virtual tour. On the side are the different stages, and for each stage there's a short video. It's quite engaging, it's quite amusing. And when they watch the video, they need to go back to the questions here, and all they do is answer these questions. So it's really straightforward. The most amount of tech they need to do is really just navigating between the Canvas page and the Western Treatment Plant Tour. So I'll go back to the main page here. So that's the first lesson. I put a few extension games here if any kids interested in. There's a lot of interesting water games that Melbourne Water has put out, so I'll put a few of those there in case they're bored. And the second lesson is about recycling water, looking at whether or not recycled water is a real solution to Australia and the world's water shortage crisis. So a few questions about, you know, have they been to America? Have they drunk cola from a soda dispenser? If they have, very likely they have already drank recycled water. And then it goes through a little quiz. So when you see a quiz like this, this quiz is in Canvas, and we'll get the answers from the students through Canvas. We look at recycled water around the world, and they just click on here for a few YouTube videos. So we look at Singapore and Namibia as case studies. And then we look at water.
Abel, you're breaking up a bit for me. I'm just wondering if you're breaking up for others.
Am I breaking up for others?
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay, I mind.
Yep. Okay, good. So looking at different classes of recycled water in Australia. Also innovations in water recycling here. This is an interactive video. When they play that, at certain points, when it gets to these little dots, there'll be questions that they need to answer about it. And then this is the last quiz, and it's about, I'll just click preview so you can see the sort of questions that we're asking them. You know, is it okay to drink water in Australia? What are the advantages and disadvantages? What role does a Western treatment play in the food chain? And imagine, what do you think Melbourne's water future looks like? And they submit the quiz down the bottom, and we'll get the answers to that. So we're happy to pass their answers on to you as well. I'll just click back to here. What the students will see is their view will look like this. So as you can see here, I've sort of locked this section, so they have to do each section before they do the next one. So I'll have to change the setting for this one as well, which is not too hard to do. And I have also, I'll just share this with you as well. I've also got teacher, I'll just drag this across. It's not letting me. Let me stop sharing that. I also have a teacher guide with all the answers to all the quizzes and an outline of, here we go, of the curriculum dot points as well. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
The teacher guide. So let's scroll to the top here. The main resources here, we've got lesson 1, we've got the key inquiry, key learning intentions, and each stage, all the answers are already here for each little quiz. Even the drag and drops are here. So that's for lesson 1 and lesson 2. We've got the year learning intentions and key inquiry questions as well. And the summary of the lessons with some of the answers for the drag and drops and the questions that I've put into Canvas. And just at the bottom here, here are the curriculum links and an appendices of the different classes of recycled water. So I'll just stop sharing. Do you guys have any questions about those resources?
No, not at this stage.
Yeah, they should be all contained, as in I've designed it so a student should be able to sit down for 45 minutes at the computer and just do the whole lesson on their own.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the program outline.
So if you're in Teams, for example, you know, and you put up to say, hey, it's Tuesday, it's period 2, want you to jump into the lesson 1, the water treatment virtual tour. It should take them the lesson to do, but maybe leave the team chat open. And if the kids have any problems, they can jump in and you can get your teacher answer sheet out and go, yep, sure, I'll help you out with that one, those things. And then, you know, the second lesson, you can do something similar. So you could do this in a day, you could do this over a week, you could do it over 2 weeks. And I know that you guys, you know, have rewritten your CAT and different things like that for the kids. But, you know, part of this could be after the, can you guys hear me? Yeah. After the Williams in production rehearsal is dancing or something, I don't know. But after the session, you can then follow up with the kids as well. So just as Mabel was saying with the program, so they're all the curriculum links, and it just makes it easy that you can say that you've hit those marks with those links as well. So, you know, there's lots of impacts with water. It's looking at geography and the data. And as Mabel said at the beginning, we were actually approached by GTAV to run this program. They'd worked with the Western Treatment Plant to co-design it, and they wanted someone to test the full program. So we took, or Mabel took, I should say, a group of activities that was very much, here's a worksheet, kids, away you go, and turned it into quite a little interactive summary. What's going to happen following this if, say next year, you guys come back, we're all alive and well, you would come back again and do water. This would be still available as like a pre-work before you come to KIOSC, so pre and post. So lesson 1 might be pre-work, lesson 2 might be a post-work activity, and at KIOSC they'll do some activities around those areas. So it's something that helps you as well in the whole scheme of things with a broader program. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll talk to Fiona about setting up a date to get the kids into the system. All I need is their email addresses, first name, last name, and their emails. Because Year 7 is a big cohort, we want to add them in their, I don't know what to say here, home groups or in their class groups.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, learning mentor groups.
Yeah, so Dan, what's your class called?
So 7U.
So 7U, so we would load them in as 7U. So when we get all the data coming out, as Mabel said, we can then email you back the 7U results, and it will have all the kids' names there and what they've done. So you'll be able to track the data, you'll be able to track what they've done, and you'll be able to track some formative assessment for what they've got. So
Fantastic.
We've tried to, you know, put it together in a nice little neat package. We don't expect it to work perfectly because we have kids of all varying abilities and all internet abilities as well. But all of this is available. Kids can use it at any time. we've also discussed about maybe doing a live launch and talking to having the kids in like a big group to start with, and saying, you know, and giving an introduction to water. But I'll tee that up with Fiona if she wanted to do something like that. So, Mona, do you have any questions?
No, not at the moment. Thank
Okay, Mona, what's your class?
Sorry?
What's your class?
7R.
7R. So you've got a RIA group.
Yeah, yes.
Cool. How are they going? Are they surviving?
Yeah, they're going well.
Because the RIA kids need social interaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they seem happy.
Okay. Seem happy, which is good. All right. So that's fine. So if there's no other questions, we might end that there. Thank you very much for your time. If you do have a question, just shoot email to Mabel. She can answer anything about the water unit. We'll give you guys access to the system as well, so you can go in and have a look and see, you know, what's going on and what the kids should be doing. So, you know, if student Mona doesn't know what, you know, questions she's supposed to be up to, then, you know, the teacher can pop in and say, no, Mona, you're up to this one. Come on, push forward. So, yeah, so that's it. So thank you very much, guys, for your time. Hopefully you don't have a busy night tonight and you can have some rest, but go outside. The weather's windy, but it's warm. It's warmish. See, I put t-shirt on. Okay, other than that, we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.